Hi guys, it's Daniela again and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing some new drugstore makeup that I recently bought. So the majority of the products I'm going to be using today, I actually bought because I heard loads of my favourite YouTubers talk about them. So it's kind of like a video where I'll be testing YouTubers' favourites. So guys, I really hope you're excited about this video and let's get started. Hi guys, so I'm going to be doing my eyes first and I'm going to be using these two new products here. So these are the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. I have two shades here. I have Pumpkin Pie and Cream and Sugar. So I've heard so many YouTubers talk about these products here, but specifically Jessica Braun and Adriana Matalano. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but they've spoken so highly about these products, and Manny also spoke really highly about these products, so I just wanted to try them, and I've been eyeing them up for a while. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I know how my shadows work on this, so that's why I'm choosing to use this as well. I could be using a concealer, but I'm using a new concealer, so I don't want to risk trying a new concealer with new eyeshadow. This is like slowly getting up there in like favourite products. So I'm going to start off with this shade here. So this is from Cream and Sugar, just to kind of set my lid. Okay, so this shade so far hasn't got a lot of kickback or anything like that. But it seems to be like quite pigmented as well. Like I can definitely see a difference between like my skin tone and where I've put the shadow. So for today's video, I am going to be going in with both shadows. So I'm going to go in with this colour right now from the Pumpkin Spice palette. And I'm just going to put this in my crease. One thing I do want to say is to build up the colour, you do have to go in a few times, which isn't necessarily a bad thing actually. I'd rather build up than have it too pigmented. So far, that's blended into a really nice colour. Blended very easily. There's not a ton of like fallout as well. Now I'm going to go in with this deeper shade here. And I'm just going to put this on the outer V. That picks up quite a lot and wow, that picks up really nicely. Wow, that was super pigmented. I haven't even had to dip in again just to like blend it into my crease. Oh my god, the shimmers feel so creamy. Yes. The shimmers feel extremely creamy and like that's a really good swatch, and I didn't even try to make it a good swatch. So now for shimmer on the lid, I actually really want to go in with this colour. Yeah, I'm going to use this colour. That is such a stunning colour. Wow, wow, wow. The shimmers are so good. They're not crumbly, they're not flaking. They're like actually going onto my lid really nicely. So I'm using a brush now just to go into the corner of my eye. And even with a brush, it like builds really nicely. I'm just going over the edges a little bit just with the brush that has the brown, but I haven't dipped in again. I'm actually surprised how nice those shimmers are, just because like this palette is like £3. So far actually, I prefer these palettes to the little Revolution one that I bought not too long ago. The shimmers in that do not compare to these. These shimmers are a lot better than that palette. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go off camera, do this eye, and then I'll come back and do the rest of my makeup with you guys. Hi guys, so I'm back. As you can see, I did do my eye. And what I've got to say so far is that I really like the formula. It blended really nicely. I like the payoff of the shades that I used. The shades that I did use were really nice. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. Out of all the shades that I used, I don't feel like there was one dud or anything like that. This one you do have to build up a little bit more. This one you don't really have to build up at all. It's quite pigmented just straight off. So yeah, so far I really like these, and I like the fact that there's like 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, just because that way like you can create a whole eye look with it. Yeah, I really like these palettes, and these only cost £3, so it's like, where can you go wrong? They're £3 and yeah, they're really good quality actually. Okay, so for base product now, I have a new foundation I'm going to use. I'm not going to use primer just because I want to see how it works with like nothing interfering with it at all. This is the new foundation that I recently bought. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I got this in the colour 135 Vanilla. I got this because Kathleen Light speaks so highly about this product. I don't remember exactly what she says about it, but I know she spoke very highly about it. There was a few other YouTubers that used to speak very highly about it, and yeah, I just bought it. So I'm going to use a pump and just see how it works. The colour might be off for me, but when is it not? So I'm going to use my Beauty Blender on half of my face and then foundation brush on the other half. As you can see, it's not really covered a lot. I did use one pump and it's only covered really like my cheeks, to be honest, and not very well. So I'm going to go in with a brush now. I actually think the colour's fine. Pretty good colour match actually. Foundation has a nice smell to it, but please, I don't understand why we need fragrance in foundations. This is my base so far. I actually ended up using 3 pumps, which is very, very rare for me. I literally almost only use a pump usually on my whole face, and maybe a little bit extra, like half a pump on just my cheek area, but I never go in with 3 pumps of a foundation. So I'm just letting you know that, just so you know kind of what to like expect. Like, I don't feel like this is a very high coverage foundation. So I just looked online to see what they say about this foundation. So it says it's like full coverage, lightweight. I have to agree, I do not feel this on my face at all, and I went in with 3 pumps, and that is very, very unheard of in foundations. This is hard. I don't feel like it's full coverage off the bat. I don't feel like it's medium coverage either, because when you go in with such light layers, you do get extremely light level of coverage. So it's like a all coverage foundation, if that makes sense, because I feel like what I have right now is pretty full coverage, and I did use 3 pumps and a brush. It doesn't really transfer, and it feels like it's kind of like drying down, but not drying down matte. So for concealer, I bought this. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I got the shade Light Sand. I don't think this is going to be the shade for me. I really struggle with finding a shade in the e.l.f. concealer. Like the e.l.f. matte concealer, I can't use alone because it's so bright. It's too light for my under eyes. The reason why I got this is because I do like the matte concealer. However, obviously because of the shade, it is like something that I have to mix in, and I find that one a little bit just too matte. So I wanted to try this one. And also I have heard a lot of people talk about this, but specifically the one that comes to mind is Manny. He spoke very highly about this concealer. I think he even tweeted about it as well. That has a very particular smell. It smells like paint, but like floral paint. I'm just going to blend this out. I don't know if this is like the other one where you kind of have to blend it out pretty quickly, because it does set down really not like quickly. So I do have to say that I blended in really nicely. Let's go for the eyes now. I didn't put that much just because I don't know how full coverage this is going to be. I actually think this colour might be right. Have I hit the jackpot with the colour shade? As you can see, it's not like full coverage like the matte one. The matte one is literally so full coverage. So I'm going to go in again just with a little bit more, just because I obviously didn't add that much anyways. But it looks really nice under my under eye. It's a very like spreadable concealer. That looks really good under my under eye. So I feel like it blends really nicely. I like the finish. It's definitely not as full coverage as the matte one. I can definitely still see like a lot of my darkness, even with like 2 layers of it. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is go off camera, do the rest of my base, and then come back and finish it off with you. Hi guys, as you can see, I'm back and I've done the rest of my makeup. I did my brows, my bronzer, I set my under eyes and my face, I did highlight. I also used this shade here for my inner corner, and it's extremely bright and pigmented. I also ended up using this shade here for my under eyes, and you can't really tell a difference just between this shade and what I've already got on my eyes, but I wanted to use it just because I hadn't used it, and from what I used on my under eye, it blended out really nicely, and it's pretty pigmented as well. So I'm gonna actually go in with like one of my pinkish eyeliners. And now for blusher, I've got this one here. So this is by XX Revolution. It's called the Excess Blush High Pigment Blusher. So the shade that I have is like Cleach. And this is what the packaging looks like. I really like the packaging. It's like a baby pink compact. I like the look of the blusher. I got this colour specifically because I don't have anything like this in my collection. And yeah, it looked really nice online. I don't know if it's going to go with the look that I have today, but we're going to try it anyways. So I'm just going to go in. It doesn't have a lot of kickback. Oh, way too much blusher on my nose and on my cheeks. That blusher like looks really nice. I do like the shade. It is quite pigmented, so beware. Oh, by the way, I bought this product because I wanted to, not because like a YouTuber specifically spoke about it. Now I'm going to line my lips. I'm just going to use one of my lip liners that I love. This is the NYX lip liner in Cappuccino. Okay, so now for lipstick, I've got the e.l.f. Satin lipstick in the shade Cream. This looked really nice, and again, I think it was Manny that spoke about it and really enjoyed this formula. So I wanted to try it out. It seems like a colour that I'm going to enjoy. So let's put it on. I'm really excited about this. It's very, very nude for my skin tone, but I don't mind that at all. Okay, so that is the lip swatch there. I actually thought this product, when I saw it online and swatches and stuff, I thought it was going to be more of a beige nude, like a really light beige nude, rather than like pink, just because this lip now, I don't know if you can tell, is leaning much more cool toned and more like purple and mauve rather than like warm and beige, if that makes sense. But it's not something I don't like, it's just I did expect it to be a little bit more warmer and a more like beigey colour rather than pink. So I'm just going to go in with a gloss just because I like gloss. Hi guys, so I'm back. So it is now 9 o'clock. So I've had this makeup on since 3, so that means I've worn this for 6 hours. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. So you can definitely tell some of my oils have come through, like on my chin and my cheek, definitely. And I look a little bit more dewy than I did when I first put this on. But that's kind of to be expected. I do have oily skin. It hasn't faded anywhere. And obviously I've only worn this for 6 hours, but like usually 6 hours I can kind of tell whether I like a foundation or not, or if it's going to be a foundation that lasts long on me or not. It definitely has sunken into fine lines around my mouth, but not on my forehead. My face still looks really smooth. I can still definitely tell that I have bronzer, blush on, highlight. My eye makeup's still intact, like it hasn't budged or it hasn't faded, and it definitely hasn't creased, which is quite surprising, to be honest. Not because of the primer, just because I do have like oily eyelids. And yeah, I really like this foundation. I'm surprised I like it as much as I do right now, because when I was gonna buy this like ages ago, the girl at Superdrugs who worked there told me that it's too cakey and that I shouldn't get it. So I'm surprised it looks so good on my skin, and I'm happy I actually took the risk because it feels like nothing on your skin. Like it feels like nothing. I really like how it looks like even after 6 hours. There's nothing really else to say except everything still looks good on my skin after 6 hours. I'm pretty surprised, but I'm kind of not at the same time, because I had a feeling I was going to like the foundation, but after what the girl said in Superdrugs, I was kind of nervous. Everything I tried today, I do like as of right now. Obviously, this is first impressions, so I'm going to keep testing the products and seeing how I feel once I've used them enough. But as of right now, everything I used, I liked. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs ups actually really help YouTubers and people that makes videos, because the more YouTube sees that a video is liked, the more likely those videos will be pushed out. So yeah, if you like my videos, I'm more likely to be discovered by new people. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any products that YouTubers made you buy, and what were they and how do you feel about them. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.